There are 4 different elements in Castle Crashers, and today I'm going to be talking about which one is best. Before I begin the video, I'm just going to give a quick overview on what the elements are. The first element is ice, the second element is fire, the third element is poison, and the fourth element is electricity. Anyways, let's talk about the characters for each element. There are 2 characters for the ice element, and those characters are the Ice Knight and the Ice Camo. And for the fire element, there are actually 3 characters, and those are the Fire Demon, the Fire Knight, and the Alien. The poison and electric elements both only have 1 character, and that is the Red Knight and the Green Knight. Out of all these characters, I find that the ice characters are the best, since freezing enemies is really OP, especially during levels like Full Moon or Snowy World, which has a lot of enemies. Even though I think the ice element is the best for the characters, I still think the electric knight is really solid, since his heavy magic is also really OP, but the only reason that the ice won is because it just has more characters. Anyways, let's talk about the weapons. There are 2 weapons in Castle Crashers that have a chance to freeze your opponents. These weapons are the fish and the ice sword. The fire element actually has 3 weapons that do fire damage. These weapons are the alien gun, the candlestick, and the demon blade. Surprisingly, there are actually a lot of poison weapons in Castle Crashers. The first one is the bone leg, the second one is the dinner fork, the third one is the snaky mace, and the fourth and final one is the ninja claw. Just like the poison weapons, there is also a bunch of electricity weapons, the first one being the fishing rod, the second one being the lightsaber, the third one being the lightning bolt, the fourth one being the glow stick, the fifth one being the electric eel, and the final one being the cattle prod. I think the best element for weapons is probably poison, because the snaky mace is really OP because it gives 5 magic, which is a ton, and the ninja claw is also pretty solid. I'd also give an honorable mention to the demon sword, since it is a pretty balanced weapon. But anyways, let's talk about the elemental infusions. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's pretty much the light heavy attack you unlock after upgrading your magic a certain amount. But before I tell you which one is best, I'm just gonna showcase each and every one of them. In my opinion, the best elemental infusion is probably the ice. The reason I like the ice so much is because you can repeatedly do it and you can completely stun lock any enemy you're trying to fight. This is especially useful in insane mode. Alright, now that I've given an overview on pretty much everything about each element, it's time to give my overall opinion on each of them. I think the best element in Castle Crashers is probably the ice one, since it has really good magic and a pretty good elemental infusion. The only problem with the ice is the weapons are pretty mid. Coming in at second place is the fire element. The reason why the fire element is still pretty good is because it has decent characters, decent weapons, and its elemental infusion is alright. The reason it isn't in first is just because the magic isn't really that great, but other than that, pretty solid element. Coming in at second place, we got the electric element. The electric element has really strong magic, but other than that, it's pretty mid. The weapons aren't that great, and the elemental infusion is pretty bad. But anyways, that's why the electric is number 3. And finally, coming in at last place, we got the poison element. Poison magic is pretty much the same as the fire magic. The elemental infusion is kinda mid, and there's only 1 character. And he's pretty bad. Sorry Green Knight fans. The only really good part about the poison element is the weapons, but other than that, it's pretty mid. But anyways, that's why poison is in the last place. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing, and also let me know what other type of videos you'd want to see me make. Anyways, thank you for watching.